Hello. Welcome to an overview of the SchoolCare Yellow Open Access Plan with Choice Fund. This overview will review all of the parts of the plan and how it works, as well as giving some examples and resources. The first term to know is deductible. The plan does have a deductible, and the deductible is the first portion of coverage that's paid by the insured person. It's paid at 100% of the charges of the CIGNA contracted rate. After the deductible has been met, then you have coinsurance charges. During coinsurance, the plan will pay a large percentage of the cost, but the insured pays a smaller percentage. For medical services, the plan will pay 80%, and the individual will pay 20% of the charges. For prescription drugs, the plan pays 90% of the charges, and the individual will pay 10%, but no more than $75. Once the deductible has been met, and you've incurred coinsurance charges, you'll reach your out-of-pocket maximum. The out-of-pocket maximum is the most that you would incur during any given year. It's the sum of your deductible amount and any coinsurance charges. Here's some highlights of the SchoolCare Yellow Open Access Plan. First, it provides the same level of coverage of treatments, hospitals, and prescription drugs as all other SchoolCare plans. Your preventive care and certain generic preventive drugs are covered at no cost to you. All other covered medical services and prescriptions do apply to a deductible, coinsurance, but only up to the out-of-pocket maximum. Once the out-of-pocket maximum has been met, all covered services and prescriptions are then covered at no cost for the remainder of the year. The plan has a built-in choice fund, which provides the first level of coverage towards the deductible. The choice fund is technically an embedded health reimbursement account, an HRA. It's activated when the subscriber completes a confidential health assessment at CIGNA.com. This must be done each year in the spring in order to activate the choice fund. Biometric data is not required. The fund is provided by SchoolCare to cover the first part of the deductible. For an individual, that's $1,000. For two-person and family coverage, that's $2,000. If in any given year the choice fund is not used in full, any remaining balance will roll over into the next year. So let's illustrate how this works. For an individual, the deductible is $1,250. By completing the health assessment at CIGNA.com, it activates the choice fund of $1,000. That's going to pay first towards any deductible expenses, whether it's an office visit or a trip to the pharmacy for a prescription. Once the $1,000 choice fund has been used, then the individual is responsible for $250 of deductible expenses. Then, when $1,250 has been incurred, you've reached the deductible, and now coinsurance starts. The insured will pay 20% of medical claims, 10% of the cost of a prescription, but no more than $75, until a total expenditure of $2,000 has been reached. The first $1,000 has been paid by the choice fund, and the second $1,000 has been paid by the individual. From that point on, all services will be covered in full. Now let's look at two-person and family coverage. Two-person and family coverage have a $2,500 deductible. The subscriber completes the health assessment at CIGNA.com to activate the $2,000 choice fund. That $2,000 fund will pay the first portion of deductible expenses, again, whether it is a trip to the doctor, a medical service, or a prescription. Once the $2,000 fund has been used, then the family will incur $500 of deductible expenses out of their pocket to reach the $2,500 deductible. At that point, coinsurance charges apply, 20% medical charges, and 10% of the cost of a prescription, but no more than $75 for an additional $1,500, until the family's expenditure reaches a total of $4,000, the first $2,000 having been paid out of the fund, and the second $2,000 paid by the insured. Again, after that amount has been reached, all services are covered in full for the rest of the year. Let's take a look and see how this works in real life. Starting at the bottom of the page, if you had a $300 prescription at the pharmacy, followed by a $1,600 emergency room visit, and then let's say you had some orthopedic doctor visits as well, the first $2,000 of charges will be paid automatically by the choice fund. Then, as additional charges come in, say for another orthopedic physician visit or physical therapy visits, you would be responsible for $500. That satisfies the $2,500 deductible. At that point, you then start coinsurance. In coinsurance, you'll pay 20% of the charge or 10% of a prescription with a cap of $75. You'll pay these charges for an additional $1,500 out of pocket. That reaches $4,000, which is the out-of-pocket maximum for the year. Once you reach your out-of-pocket maximum, with the choice fund paying the first $2,000 and you've paid $2,000, you'll pay nothing more for the rest of the year. So if you go back to the doctor for a chiropractic visit, or you have a physician visit for an earache, or a pharmacy charge with CIGNA home delivery, for example, you'll pay nothing more for the rest of the year out of pocket. CIGNA makes it easy to keep track of all your transactions. First, you can log on to mycigna.com and click on Claims and Balances and review all of the transactions for your family's medical services. You can also call into CIGNA 24/7, 365 and speak with a phone representative for questions and customer service issues. And lastly, CIGNA has a mobile app that you can download to your smartphone and have all the information at your fingertips. Finally, some resources for you. First of all, your benefit administrator or HR office at your school district or SAU would have information related to enrollment, changing enrollment, or your flexible spending account enrollment forms. You can always call SchoolCare if you have questions about your benefits at 800-562-5254. At SchoolCare, you can speak with Joanne Traynor at extension 308 or Jana Dalton at extension 315 if you have detailed questions about any benefit issues or your claims. The SchoolCare website, schoolcare.org, is a great resource for plan documents, resources, and other information, including information about the Good For You Wellness Program. And finally, you can contact Jeff Kanarowski if you have claim issues that you were not able to resolve by calling CIGNA first. You can reach Jeff at area code 603-715-9315 or via email. Thank you.